What's up, Good Game Report community? How the heck are ya? It's Stav here for another episode of the Good Game Report Podcast. We got another slapper tonight. Can't wait to get things going here. We're going to go into the general discussion first about the Wounded Warrior project. Can't wait to hit on that. We got some gaming news. We're going to talk Warzone, and the new specs came out for the PS5 and the new Xbox Series X. We're going to kind of compare those two and see what we like and what we don't like. We had a couple new games drop this week that we're going to go into a little bit. And then for the general discussion, we're going to talk about gaming orgs. A couple new videos came out this week and last week about some of the biggest orgs out there with new houses. So we want to talk about that. And then organizations as a whole. So really excited to go into that. And then, as always, we're going to close out with a couple questions from the community for our guest. So without further ado, let me bring in my co-host with the most host, Mendy. How are you? Can we get a year for all the years out there?
Year.
Let's get a double years out there.
Year.
Oh, Mendy, I love when you you're in my ear every Sunday night. It's
Chat's
my favorite.
going crazy with the years right now. What's up, years?
And well, now that Mendy's out of the way, let's get to our guest of the week, our friend PreFirezTV, coming on to the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, PreFires. How are you doing today?
Good, man. Doing really good. I'm glad to be here. I'm really glad to. I'm happy. I'm glad you guys invited me on here.
When Mendy's been like asking for a little bit, he's like, "Can we have PreFires on? Can we have PreFires on?" And I was just like, as soon as I went into your stream that first time, I was just like, "Yep, done. He's in." And you want to know why? It's because I need more beards on this podcast. Mustaches have been taking over, and I love a good mustache, but let's get some beard in this.
Hell yeah!
And your beard is a lot better than mine, and I accepted this, and I'm just glad to get a little more facial hair on this podcast. So, PreFires, again, thank you for joining. First of all, let me say what's up to everybody who's watching live on the Twitch channel right now. What's happening? Thanks you for listening and watching, and everybody listening in the future right now, wherever it may be, whether it's 2030, 2035. Thank you for listening. So PreFires,
yes.
Can you just do a quick little background of who you are, so everybody listening can kind of get a little understanding of this?
Sure. I mean, I'm a disabled veteran. When I first got in the military, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I was just living every day. A couple of my friends told me, "Hey, you should start streaming to Twitch," or at the time it was Beam, which is now Mixer. And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" I mean, I don't have a good computer or nothing. I was using my console. I started doing charity streaming, which turned out to be very therapeutic for me, and turned into a daily thing. Like 4.5 years later, I haven't stopped. But
so you clicked stream for the first time.
Yeah,
and
about 2016, and just haven't looked back.
I always kind of make fun of myself, and I call myself an idiot for not clicking go live earlier in my life.
Yeah,
like it's just like finally just one day on like 2018, I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna start doing this.
Yeah.
And I actually just crossed 2,000 hours streamed on Twitch last night.
Nice.
Yeah, big pogs. No, but I was just like, damn, that's 83 days that I've been streaming, and I'm sure your hours are. Do you have a guess of how many hours you've hit?
I have no idea, man. Is it on the dashboard?
It popped up as one of the achievements on Twitch, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, man, that's a lot. I was like happy and sad at the same time. I was like, that's a lot of days I spent just sitting gaming and being an idiot on Twitch.
I have no idea how many hours I have. I don't think it's. Would you say 800?
Dude, I mean, 800 is a lot. Like, I didn't realize what I was at either. But 2016.
Oh yeah, dude. I blew past 2,000 in October.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even know where mine's at.
It's just like it's just cool. And I always wish I started sooner. And you said you started in 2016. Can you just can you talk about what you were playing back then, what you were streaming, and kind of what maybe your goals were when you first went live?
Yeah, I mean, back then, I was just playing console games. I had a crappy Mac. I couldn't even handle like Hearthstone for streaming. It was terrible. It was actually given to me through another charity. but yeah, I was playing a lot of like Call of Duty. You know, actually back then Call of Duty was my jam. I used to do like amateur competing and whatnot. But we all know where Call of Duty went, and I just stopped playing really. But as time evolved, you know, I started seeing, hey, I need better equipment, and started upgrading. I bought, you know, I bought Intel, started streaming with that. PUBG came out, totally absorbed me. I was playing, you know, I'm playing a ton of PUBG, ton of Destiny 1. I really buckled down on Destiny 1 as a streamer. During the week, I was a raider. On weekends, I played a lot of trials, which is basically like a end game PvP event. And then Destiny took a dump. Division 1 came out, and now here I am. I'm streaming Tarkov mainly. Play some Warzone here and there, and then mainly Tarkov at the moment.
How addicting was Tarkov for you? Because I feel like the real tactical gamers out there just fell in love with Tarkov and, you know, the capabilities that game had.
I love adrenaline. The adrenaline rush of the game, of the fact that you could lose all your most important items in the game just by dying, drives me nuts. I love it. It's a love-hate relationship. I mean, like the other day I was up 2 million rubles, and then just like that, it was all gone in one raid. Yeah, but
Stav's never seen 2 million rubles before, so he's trying to imagine that.
It's wild, man.
I didn't even get 1 ruble.
I mean, I love it, man. It's like, take everything you learned from every first-person shooter and throw it out the window. Get rid of it. Don't ever look at it again. Because it's very audio cue based. You need your gun skill, obviously, but like, you need your audio cues. You need to be able to like know what ammo is good for what gun. Like, each gun has like 3 or 4 different ammo types. You know, each one has different stats between, you know, damage and penetration, and it's a lot of information, man. Like, people are like, oh, how's the learning curve? It's pretty steep. I'm like, it ain't no curve. Picture Grand Canyon. That shit goes straight up in the air. I mean, it's wild, man.
I wanted to try it. Like, I wish it had a trial period that you could try it out for like 7 days, and then you can kind of go all in if you want to buy it.
They do around events. They did over the holidays.
Sweet. I wish I knew that.
Yeah.
You're too deep in it now, Stav. You gotta play it now.
It's definitely worth it, man. Like, it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's overwhelming at first.
It
Like,
seems
the first
like
time I
it.
tried it was 2 years ago, or whenever it first came out in alpha or beta or whatever. And like, literally, I killed nobody but my teammates. Let me put people's heads and stuff. Like, no, throw that out. Communication's key, audio is key. It's like footsteps. You can hear like the AI talking. If you shoot them in the gut, you can hear them gasping for air. Like, you need to know. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, don't play with no $10 headphones either, because you're not gonna be able to hear where they're at. You need to have at least a gaming headset. I mean, but it's crazy.
Mendy was too scared to buy it. He didn't want to take the plunge. The thing that really hurt me playing it. So I play on controller. I play every game on controller if possible. So when I'm forced to use mouse and keyboard, I'm already well below average.
Yeah.
And I'm not even criticizing myself enough there. I'm like the worst when it comes to mouse and keyboard play. So like, you take a game like Tarkov, right? That is just like so advanced on mouse and keyboard, and then you throw the biggest bot to ever play the game in there. It just wasn't a good connection.
But see, like, the way I got started mouse and keyboard, I was console through and through. I'm talking like, Atari 2600. That's what I started off at. Dr. Lupo, he played mouse and keyboard on Xbox, and I followed him a lot. And there was a device I bought for the Xbox. I actually learned to play mouse and keyboard while playing Xbox.
Oh,
it took me about a 2-week adjustment. Once I figured that out, it was, I have a controller here that I can't even use because I lost my thumbs. So like, it's pretty. If I try playing like a first person shooter with a controller, it doesn't work. Like, I'm in the air, I'm shooting, I'm missing totally. It's pretty bad.
Mendy, how would you rate your mouse and keyboard game? Because you recently just kind of somewhat converted, right? Well, not full converted, but you are doing some games.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. Like, when I first started playing Call of Duty, I said to myself, any new game I start playing on PC, I'm going to do keyboard and mouse. So when I first got Call of Duty, I did still strictly keyboard and mouse. But on Apex, since I'm so used to playing it on the Xbox, it was incredibly impossible for me to learn keyboard and mouse on Apex. So there's like different games I play on controller and different games I play on keyboard and mouse, and doesn't really make any sense.
See, I think you're hurting yourself doing that, man. Just like go full send. Go full send one day.
It bothers me so much because when I play Apex, I know I'm so much better on controller, and it's just frustrating, like dying instantly or getting killed early on when I know I can fight better and while I'm holding on to a controller. So it's more of just me kind of giving up and like I'm just gonna keep going with controller.
I mean, I'm gonna hard carry you whether you're on mouse and keyboard or controller. So
that's true. That's true.
No, it is wicked scary, and I understand what Mendy is saying. So like, I tried switching over in Fortnite to mouse and keyboard, and it just didn't click. You know.
Yeah.
I did about. I probably went short. I went like 10 hours on like mouse and keyboard, and I was like, nope, can't do it. I'm just frustrating. But if I did like another 10 hours, then like I feel like I would have a different perspective.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, I'm starting to get it, and I could kind of see the light. I understand to max out in your talent in any game, mouse and keyboard's the wave.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And I understand that, and I'm never gonna be a pro level gamer. I've come to terms with that. It hurt, you know. I spent a lot of sleepless nights crying myself when I realized this, but I just felt for like myself and my stream and everything that I'm just going to be average at best at gaming. I'm going to die a lot and I'm going to have fun. So I just kind of stuck with the controller aspect of games if possible. Obviously, Tarkov I couldn't, and I had fun. I got killed a lot. We had some laughs. We had some tears, and
a lot of loading queue times.
Yes, big loading. Those are adjusted though, right?
They're getting fixed. I mean, there's some like right now because everybody is home. The queue times can be a little bit longer, but they're not too bad. I mean, 2 minutes, 3 minute stops now.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah, I think it was just because there was so many people playing when it became, the number one game on Twitch that the queues were crazy. So I'm glad for anybody that playing that game that the queue times are down because it's frustrating, especially streaming and you're sitting there and you're just sitting in your chair for 20 minutes. You're just like, all right, just chatting. Let me turn this on real quick.
Yeah, right.
Oh, back to Escape from Tarkov. Can you talk about a little bit? And Mendy, you can go in this too. Let's go Mendy's side on this. Okay. Mendy, can you just talk about how you kind of found PreFires?
Yeah, we were trying to figure that earlier before the podcast. I'm pretty sure I was working one of the night shifts and I was just kind of going around. And I found a beautiful man with a beautiful beard, and I said to myself, "How am I not going to click on that?"
PreFire's looking for the guy you're describing over there. I found him. You're right there, baby. You're sitting in that chair.
And then I don't know. We talked, and I felt like we connected pretty quick. And then I just kept hopping in, and from there we just solid friendship right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's really crazy that we're here now doing a podcast. So Scoot earlier was like, Mendy's fangirling right now, and it's like it's kind of true.
Mendy fangirls a lot towards most of our guests. It's pretty good. You're definitely high on his fangirl status. And speaking of that, and then we can go into kind of your side and your perspective, Pre. Like when I first went in, I believe Mendy rated you. And you had one of those long queue times for Tarkov.
Yeah.
And, I got to sit there and, just kind of chat with you for 15 minutes. And I think that's one thing you do really good on your streams in that downtime because Tarkov is so sensitive. You need to focus. When you have those downtimes, you do a really good job communicating with your chat. And I too felt that connection. And my fangirl status is high as well.
I think another key thing is that, like, I don't know if it's low latency or what your settings are, but the second I type anything, like, it pops up right there. So like it's not like a weird delay with some people where you type something in and they like wait a little bit to see it and then the conversation's kind of slow. But with your stream, when somebody types something in, like it pops up right there and you communicate as quick as possible. So I feel like that is a huge benefit as well.
Yeah, I run low latency. It all comes back to when I first started on Mixer or Beam. Sorry, because they have that FTL. It's like less than 1 second, delay. So I just got used to, trying responding as soon as I see something,
Yeah.
But EFT, it's kind of hard. If I get raided and I'm in the middle of a firefight, I'm like, guys, I think it's raided. Give me a second, and 20 minutes later, they're still there waiting for me to give them that second. You know, it's pretty wild.
When we do our raid parties on Wednesday, we did Tarkov a lot when it first came out, and then we were like, man, we need to time this perfect on the raid. So, because like if you're in a match, it could go on for 20 minutes, and like I understand, but like the people raiding might not understand that it's going to be tough on the streamer to really interact. But if you get it like right at the like perfect time, like they escape, Tarkov's great because you have like that 5 to 10 minutes that you're going to be talking to chat. And I unfortunately, when Mendy raided you, that's the time you just escaped. I've never seen you die in Tarkov, just to let you know.
Oh Jesus.
And
I don't think I've seen either, but I think I've caught you after the fact where you're just like, yeah, man, I just lost my stuff.
Yeah, I've got my fair share of losing my gear.
If people were to join your stream for the first time, how would you describe your stream and kind of what your plan for your stream is? This is a really hard question too.
It is. Man, okay. Depends on what game I'm playing. No, I'm kidding.
This wasn't on the note stuff.
I mean, I like to think I'm very community oriented. Like I consider my entire community my family. Honestly, like some of my best friends are in my community. That's even like out of all my entire life, some of my best friends are in the community. If anybody like needs an ear to chomp on or someone to talk to, hey, shoot me DM, man. You know, like I'm here. I mean, I answer right away, but I will answer you. That's a tough question, but yeah, no, like I like to consider my it's not even my community. I like to say it's like our community, you know, like it's my channel, but it's our community, you know, one big fat circle of friends. You know, that's the way I look at it. And that's the way I hope everyone looks at it. You know,
I think that's the best approach, and it's just trying to connect with everybody. Because, and I've mentioned this before on a couple other shows. You know, all it takes is just you being nice to one person that could change that person's day. And you don't see it from behind the camera, and they're on their end. Like you don't see their end, and just you saying, "Oh, hey, welcome, thanks for following. How was your day?" could completely alter that person's mindset for that day. And I this is something that most streamers I would say do this, but some don't, and I think that's what hurts them. Oh, just be friendly. Just be friendly out there. Have fun. Smile. Remember, it's all gonna be okay.
Yep.
It's all gonna be okay. And you do a great job of this. And I got exactly what you just said. I got that sense in that first 15 minutes of you and I just kind of chit-chatting in the stream.
That's good. See, you got jerks like Texas Attitude TV trying to bring up embarrassing moments, you know? He's one of my main mods, so yeah, that's funny. That's
big pogs to you and your entire your team, because you guys kill it.
Thank you.
You do a great job. You run a great show, and definitely, after this, when he's live, please go check him out, because he's not only a streamer, he's also affiliated with some great programs. And this is going to go perfectly into our first general discussion topic for this show. And for the people out there, you mentioned this, disabled vet, and you work very closely with the Wounded Warrior Project.
Yes.
And everybody would like to know what your connection is with the Wounded Warrior Project. And if you don't mind kind of talking about how they're branching off into Twitch now.
Sure, absolutely. I'll start a couple years ago. Back when I was working for Bebo again. One of my friends from the charity org I was with at the time had wanted to introduce me to somebody from Wounded Warrior Project. I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's set up a meeting. Let's talk. Whatever. Turned out, they were floating the idea of starting, a live streaming based community or like program. And like she was floating ideas around for the names, this and that, and just bouncing ideas off my chest. It just started out as an initial conversation. But it's good to see that the program now is live. It's called Wounded Warrior Project Stream to Serve. It's geared towards for streamers. If they have a stream team, it's geared more towards streamers so they can better facilitate help raise the money for the charity. They want to reach out into the gaming atmosphere, because we all know the gaming community is some of the best people I've seen on this planet as far as when it comes to charities and caring for others. When the gaming community comes together, things happen. But that's basically where it started. But I mean, Wounded Warrior Project is just it's a 501c3 nonprofit organization. It's basically to look over disabled veterans from I think, I believe it might be post 9/11 till now. I mean, it might be a little bit before that. I'm not quite sure. I couldn't answer that, but and they give you all sorts of help from like benefits filing, benefits questions, help with education stuff. I mean, financial emergency assistance. They have employment services. Like if you need as a veteran, if you need your resume done, they help you out with that. It's called Warriors to Work. Even help with job placement. It's phenomenal. Like if I knew about them when I first got out of the military in 2012, like I'm convinced my life would have been 10 times better.
Oh.
I mean, we struggled for quite a few years when I got out, but you know, it's endless the things I do. It's phenomenal.
I told you this before we went live. Is my brother-in-law is a huge supporter. You know, ex-military, huge supporter. So I've known about Wounded Warrior Project
Yeah.
for a little bit now. But now, you know, meeting you and hearing that they're going in this path about the gaming community, I'm just like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And you know, I loved what they were doing before, and I love even more now that they're going into this avenue of gaming, because like you said, some of these gamers, man, you hit it on the head with the Lupo thing earlier.
Yeah.
Mm.
Reaching $2 million for charities, like these people
Mhm.
just the streamers get it, and also the communities get it too. And you know, when everybody's vibing and working together for like a huge goal, everybody does come together in the gaming
Yeah.
community. So I love seeing the Wounded Warrior Project do this.
Absolutely. Yep.
How many people would you say are in the Wounded Warrior Project gaming community? Do you even have a guess? I'm giving them such like, damn, I got to put more stuff on the agenda.
Well, their Discord's fairly new. I mean, there's maybe a couple hundred people in there. Maybe a dozen or so staff, maybe 20 or 30 streamers, and the rest are probably just regular community members. There's still very much so an infancy stage
Gotcha.
of setting up their program. Like the stream team is not fully launched yet, but they're still setting up, and just watching a Discord grow over the last like 2 weeks, it's like exploding, which is
Nice.
freaking amazing in my opinion. Just gamers from all walks of life coming together for one purpose, and it's to raise money for WWP, and that's amazing in my eyes.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I love everything about this approach.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. Did when you connected with WWP, was it just like how did you feel personally that you know that you can have a connection and help in this approach and starting things up with them?
Humbling. I mean, I was honored. Like, like I kept asking myself, I'm like, why are they asking me? You know, I'm a small little nobody. It's just I made a connection with them, and they kept coming with questions. I kept firing back, answers, and before I know it, my Twitch kind of see myself on their TV at their booth. It's like, what? Whoa, what happened? you know.
Do
So
do do they have a good connection with Twitch?
in what way? I mean, like,
So does Twitch kind of help them out as well?
I wouldn't say that like they have like a business relationship. I mean, I can't say because I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know like charities in general. Like Twitch has a whole charities department. Like charities in general, as long as they're registered 501c3, they're not like they're on good standing and whatnot. Like Twitch will put streamers on front page for their charity events. Just if you're raising money for charity, and you could send an email to Twitch, a certain email with a certain format, and whatnot, and if the slots are available, they'll throw you up on front page for a couple hours.
Yeah, I
And
think
like,
I've seen
yeah,
you on the front
yeah,
page
I've
a
been
handful of times.
for a while there. I was on front page at least once a month, but I've slowed down quite a bit.
I remember I just was going through my following feed and I saw you and you had like it was a lot. It was like 1,000,
Yeah.
if not more. And I was like, PreFires, what's going on here? Are you super famous now? You're like, I'm on the homepage. And I didn't even
Yeah.
notice because I just was looking on my following list, and it was just really funny that you're on the homepage. I was like, oh, I know this guy. He's on the homepage.
Yeah,
That's my friend PreFires up there.
Oh yeah, it's
Takes a
experience, man.
screenshot of it and sends it to all.
I
to all
took a
his friends.
selfie, so like watching the stream, I was just like with my boy PreFires on the homepage.
That's funny.
I would love to see Twitch kind of even go above and beyond to support. I know there's a million charities out there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know that they're limited to kind of what they can do. I just think the WWP is one of the best out there.
yeah,
So if they can, I would love to see maybe like they connect and run tournaments together or something like that. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I think
connecting
they
that
may not
way.
do this something like that because they do it for one. They got to do it for all of them. I mean, like so like
I understand. Yeah,
I think that's where they're at with that.
Yeah,
It sucks, but I think that's what it is.
it is what it is. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You're right. You're right. But
who knows?
but
Maybe
Twitch
in the
just do it.
future.
Do it.
Do it now.
No, and obviously it's cool that they put you up there or they'll put anybody else up there on the
Yeah.
front page to tell promote because in the end I think that's really all that they can do. Just
Yeah.
put it out there for people to see, and even that's just really cool itself for Twitch to do.
Oh yeah.
And work with them on that. I like I said this multiple times. I keep repeating myself. I love what WWP is doing with the Twitch stuff. I love what you're doing with the Twitch stuff. And I wish everybody, the entire team, the best of luck going forward with that because that's so cool.
Thank you.
In other terms, tough one to go off there with me almost crying about how awesome it was. But we'll kind of move into the gaming news of the week right here. And we touched on it last week. It's still kind of dominating right now. I want to go into a little bit more of a Warzone discussion because now we're almost 2 weeks into the video game, right? Last week we talked about it was very new. Everybody only had a couple hours in. I feel like everybody has a little bit more and has seen a lot more. So we can have a little better understanding of the game right now. And we'll start with Mendy and then we'll go over to you, Pre. Mendy, what have you learned? What have you liked more over the past week that you've seen with Warzone compared to last week?
Honestly, just about the same. I feel like it did change on the sense of how people are starting to play it now. It seems like people are getting a better grasp on like what to do, where to go, like getting a loadout, get the loadout.
Get the loadout.
Yeah, and thermoscopes. But I feel like now it's turned into like this don't use thermoscopes. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the players are now they're adapting more and they're getting better at the gulag, which kind of stinks because that makes me die more in the
Yes.
Gulag.
I feel like first week it was kind of just a free for all, and now people are like, okay, this is what we have to do. This is how we're supposed to win. Let's get it done. So the competition is just kind of through the roof now.
Yeah, people are definitely separating, and Pre, let me know if you feel the same towards us as well. I mean, everybody was just so new to the game last week. They didn't know the map. Oh, you can drive helicopters. What's a loadout?
Yeah.
So we're at that barrier where the people that are really grinding this game have a really good understanding of the map, and that's completely understandable, right? Any game, it's going to take a week plus to really learn the map. Think about like playing Grand Theft Auto back in the day or something like that. It's this huge world, and then 40 hours later, every part of the entire map, and it just comes with time. And Priya, is this something you're seeing as well, that people would just have more hours in, and now they have a better feeling of the game itself?
Yeah, the caliber of gameplay has stepped up quite a bit since release. People are knowing where to go. People are knowing where they can take the helicopter to and sit with a sniper and just pick everybody off. People are knowing little tricks to get the parachute further. It's the game is definitely. I don't know if skill gap is the best term to use, but like the pros are definitely up there. Dropping 40 bombs out of 150 people, you're killing a third of the lobby. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty wild. But yeah, definitely gameplay is improving
For sure. I saw
tougher.
Courage had 25 or 26 kills earlier today, and I'm just like, what? I
don't think I have that yet.
I have
Altogether.
like 5 total kills in the 2 weeks that I've been playing.
Yeah.
So you're right, dude. These pro players are just learning it right now, and the scary thing is they're probably only going to get better.
Yep.
As it keeps evolving.
I mean, that's what kind of happened with Fortnite.
Yeah, it happens. It happens with all these BR games, right? And
Yeah.
there's just no ceiling really
Mhm.
for people's skills in these types of games, because the more time you play it, the better you're going to get. It's almost like at anything in life, right? Like the more dedication you put in, the better you're going to get. And I mean, I won't max out because I'm just going to stay terrible all the time. But that's just me. Let's do the flip side here, Pre, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Is there anything you don't like about the game so far?
The audio cues. Can't stand it. The lack of. I was sitting there putting plates in my vest, and this dude just walked up on me with a shotgun. I'm like, well, where did you come from? Did you teleport here? What's going on? And
do you think there should be more armor plates or less?
I don't mind the armor plates where they're at. I think they're okay.
Yeah.
Honestly. I think they're okay. If they fix the audio cues, I think it would change the game a lot. You'd have less people just sitting there chilling. Just like Fred's wife said, the footsteps in Warzone need to be fixed, and they're non-existent. 1 minute they're non-existent, next minute it sounds like you're walking with cement shoes. It's very inconsistent. So I mean, it needs work.
One audio thing that I think needs a big buff is hearing people parachuting in on you, like after they win a gulag or something like that.
Yeah.
Because there's been multiple times where Mendy, myself, and Scoot, are just slapping up top on like a rooftop, right? 15 snipes here, 12 snipes here. Mendy gets 1 snipe, and one guy just lands, and next thing I know, we're all going to the gulag, and we lost everything.
Yep.
Maybe if they can just like make the parachute sound just like jump and pop, that they're coming in, so you can kind of have a little warning. But that's one of the audio things that I think needs to be adjusted.
On top of the audio, the 357 Magnum. It seems like every time I go to the gulag, I have the 357 and I die every time. Take it out of the game, please.
PreFires wants it removed. Get it out of here.
Get it out, please, now.
I do like the randomness of the weapons.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if maybe they could do like they give you 3 random weapons to choose from, and then maybe you choose one. I don't know. It's just something that just popped in my head. I'm probably wrong.
I think it also goes off of like the gunfights. It's kind of like it's like the same concept as that, where it's just a random gun, but you guys have the same guns and battle to the death of it. No, I don't know, because you do get 2 guns, but they're usually 2 guns you don't want in your loadout at all.
What if they did slappers only, like, every now and then, and it's just a fight to the death?
They should just throwing rocks at each other.
Oh man! Oh, did you see the video of someone dying by a rock?
He like threw it at a C4 or something like that.
No, somebody got hit by a rock and died.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Does it damage you a little bit?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I saw a video. Like I seen the video of the guy throwing a rock at C4, blew him up.
Yeah.
Another guy was weak or whatever. He got hit by the rock and he diid. Bro, I would probably alt that 4 and uninstall faster than anything else I've done before if that happened to me.
Shoot, that was probably me. I think looking back on it. Mendy, is there anything that's kind of a concern for you with the game?
No, I kind of like where it's at. I think the audio does need a bit of an improvement, but I think overall it's pretty solid gameplay. You want to know, have they done this yet with the banks or the vaults or something like that? Have they opened that up yet, or has anybody cracked the code?
Oh yeah, we were the first ones ever to find the vault at prison, right?
I don't know if PreFires knows what we're talking about.
No.
Oh man, breaking news! Breaking news here on the podcast.
With GoodGameReport.
They have these like hidden vaults that are around
really
the map, and it says like you need to find the code to put it in.
So I found one in a bunker. There was a button you press. I press the button, nothing happens. Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a handful. There's one. The first one we found was outside of prison, but if you go on Reddit, somebody like put it all over the map where they are. I'm not sure. I'm probably like 8 or 10. I'm not even sure if there's that much. But it says something like you need a code to unlock it, but I don't think anybody has figured out how to unlock it.
What was that Reddit thing we looked at? It's like First, you have to go to the airport. You have to jump 3 times, and then
Somebody was
you
just
need to go-
trolling.
You need to go to the lumber yard, and you need to cut 5 pieces of wood, and then you need to go back to the lobby, Alt F4, and then it opens.
Yeah.
We're like, these
man.
trolls, they're already out here.
I'm curious
Oh,
what
yeah.
they do with that.
I'm interested. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool if kind of like Apex and what Fortnite has now. They have these vaults in there that maybe give you a kitted loadout right off the rip with max ammo or something like that.
And said something interesting in chat. He said, "What if they open up the top of the stadium, like from the soccer stadium? That would be interesting."
Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to snipe, Mendy. That's our spot.
That is our sniping spot.
Is
Bank,
it now? Okay.
bank, helicopter. No, bank, cash, helicopter, stadium snipes.
But before that, we get the loadout so we can get our thermal scopes and snipe away.
I'll just drop a javelin on your head. You'll be good to go.
There you go.
Well, you can find us on top of the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we'll be.
You can find me in the gulag. We're good to go. Let's go.
Gulag.
I liked what happened so fast is that they're already doing these tournaments, whether it's Keemstar or people like that are already running cash tournaments. Whether your approach on Keemstar is one thing or the other, it's just I just like how a game just immediately just has that kind of following and that people want to do the competitive stuff. I think that's a really good sign for it moving forward, because I think tournaments and keeping people involved and wanting to get better is huge for the success of any game out there.
Yeah.
Mendy, do you like these tournaments going off so soon, or do you kind of wish they would wait?
I can't see why it would be a problem to do it this early. I mean, why not? I can't think of a bad reason to why they shouldn't do it.
I just wonder if they should maybe
Wait a little bit
and just and lock it down to make sure it's good. I feel like it could be a fault almost if they just start running big tournaments and they're not ready. The servers aren't ready yet. Whatever it is causes people to crash and they're like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely a risk factor that they have to consider before doing it. But at the same time, like, why not do it? Just go for it.
True. I mean, I think you do need to jump in. You might as well just do it on the fly, I guess, because people are gonna keep playing it, I guess. And I'm just dumb.
What do you think, PreFires?
I'm torn in half, man. One hand, I love that, they're driving everyone to get better. But the other hand is like, I just want to play a game casually. I don't want to go full sweat the entire time. That's a new word, time. Entire time to enjoy myself. It's a double-edged sword for me.
Interesting.
I love the tournaments, but I also want to chill and have a good time.
Totally.
I go full hard mode every time I play a video game.
Full send is what he meant to say.
And I'm probably dropping 50 to 55 kills a game right now in COD.
A game?
No, a game.
A week.
Every pre-match.
Even that's pretty good for us.
All right, we'll close up Warzone on this. We'll start with Pre here. What do you think the stay factor of this game is? Do you think it has the potential of staying on top of Twitch for a little bit, or do you think it will casually go down a little bit on the list, kind of be up there, but not really?
Honestly, I think BRs are dying off.
What?
Yeah.
Hot take.
People are getting tired of BRs, I think.
Wow.
If someone came out with a new twist on the BR, I think that would be the killer.
But wouldn't you say Tarkov is somewhat of a new twist of a BR, and would Warzone kind of a new twist on it?
No hard questions.
We are seeing like a different
Tarkov
variation.
is like the anti-BR, but I can see it's survival. It's a survival game, in BR, it's a survival game,
Like
but
once you die, that's kind of it.
Yeah. With Modern Warfare, with Warzone, like, I don't know. I like, at first I wasn't sure how I was gonna like, 150 people, 200 people in a lobby, but it runs pretty good.
It's a huge map in Warzone.
Yeah. The respawns are like, I wasn't sure how I like that, but it's a good thing because you got 150 people, you find yourself outnumbered pretty quickly and rather quickly, instantly almost.
I find that almost every game.
Yeah,
completely outnumbered.
But I don't know, man. Like, I think with I've been playing Fortnite and PUBG for what, like, how many years now? 2-3 years now. Like
Fortnite's goated.
I just.
All right, we won't get into
man. Oh, this way. That's my man.
But I just think people are. I mean, I can't speak to everyone, but like every BR is just about the same. to a point. Like there needs to be something out there that really flips the script and wows everybody. Keep ER relevant years from now. I think. Esports is what's keeping the genre going, in my opinion.
True.
Mendy, do you think Call of Duty is here? Warzone's here to stay?
Yes, but I don't think it has that much of an impact as it did with Fortnite. I don't think anybody's really gonna hit the way Fortnite did, but I do think Warzone's here to stay. I do think BR's here to stay as well, but I think they're gonna change it up a lot. It's not just gonna be a basic 100 people in one map, or the map stays the same the whole time. I think we're just gonna keep seeing different styles, different variations of BR, and I really can't imagine it slowing down.
I'm interested to see if Warzone changes every year, kind of like Call of Duty changes every year, or if Warzone's just going to be the Call of Duty Battle Royale. It's its own thing, and then that keeps having seasons, kind of what Apex, Fortnite are doing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because Call of Duty comes out every year, right? The game, it's a new campaign, it's new multiplayer. But if Warzone's a separate entity, then I think it works. I don't think it's going to be top tier game. I think it's going to have a select group of a select community that really like it and really enjoy it. I think it's going to be popping for a month or a month or two, and then I think we'll slowly start to see it kind of drop down. But if it's going to sit in that 20 to 30 range, I think that's a win, because that's 20 to 30 people that we're going to be playing another game that Warzone's going to be taking on. So let's see what happens in 2 months, and then we can kind of come back and talk about it then. I like how they added solos, though. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it was definitely needed. That's for sure.
I think every game needs a solo, because say you don't have two people to play with and you don't want to jump in with a random person or two random people. It's just nice to kind of have a solo thing out there. I thought that's what's really good with Fortnite. I wish Apex would do it. I don't know how they would do it, but I would really love to see it in there. And I think COD did a good job in that first week, just throwing it out there and saying, at least we're going to have it. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that and the cross-platform, and that's big.
Cross-platform's huge. Cross-platform is huge.
Yeah.
I think every game needs a solo mode and cross-platform, and we'll eventually get there.
I'm so surprised Apex hasn't done that yet. I feel like it's the one thing, well, debatably, one thing they dropped the ball on.
Give me cross-plat on Apex, give me solos on Apex, and give me an actual 1v1 arena so I can keep clapping Mendy on a nightly basis.
This guy.
Speaking of cross-platforms, a couple of the platforms are going to be changing at the end of the year. Sick transition stuff. Boom, boom, boom! Knocked it out of the park on that one. So at the end of the year, as mostly everybody knows now, PS5's coming out and the new Xbox Series X are coming out. This week we got hit with the specs for these. I want to call them consoles, but damn, these things are computers. They're hitting me with CPUs and memory and bandwidth and stuff I don't even know. I can't even read some of these things. This means nothing to me. PlayStation 5, 8 times Zen 2 cores at I don't know these numbers. I don't know these numbers.
I can't really help you out on that.
I see a memory on PlayStation is 16 gigabytes. Xbox is 16 gigabytes as well. Sweet, that's cool. Anybody out there, PreFire's, Mendy, are these things good? If you look at these specs, are they good? Are they legit for consoles?
They look good.
All right, they look good. Sweet, moving on.
Confirmed. PreFire's confirmed.
These are like cool. We have specs. They look sweet. They're probably a lot different. I should have compared them to the current ones right now. I didn't, because I'm not that great at what I do. But are these things going to be game changers? Are they going to be so much different? And I'll ask the important question after. What PreFire do you think, for people that don't game on PC, that these are going to be good options going forward?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Let me look some up real quick. I should have done this before. I'm just curious. You know, they're talking about, you know, like the Xbox Series X has, you know, 12 teraflops of GPU power. You
It's a
know,
lot of
I'm just
flops.
curious.
It's a lot of flops.
A lot of flops.
Big flops.
Floppy disks.
T flops.
I saw a PlayStation said it's going to be backwards compatible, which is huge. And I'm assuming Apex is going to do the same because you need to have that. You need to have that as a new console, at least for the beginning.
I feel like PlayStation has always been good with that.
It's because PlayStation's goated.
Well, I'm PC now, so I can't really care much
PC,
about
PC, bruh.
Master Race, bro.
I don't even use my PlayStation 4 anymore. It's just my Netflix thing right now.
So I just looked up the stats for the GPU on the Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a 2060. It's got the same teraflops, whatever that is. I have no idea what it is, but
big flops. Big flops.
Yeah.
Big flops guy.
Yeah, it's a big flops guy. It's basically miniature computers from what I'm seeing. Like the PS5, you could add an NVMe SSD for expandable storage. That's huge. I have an NVMe on my OS on my game rig. I go to turn it on, I can't even enter the BIOS. It goes so quick. Yeah. So I mean,
if these things are mini computers, I'm way in, and I think that's huge.
I'm curious to see the prices for this.
That's the big question. That's the big question, right?
So the reason why you get a console is because it's cheaper than some crazy high-powered gaming console. I mean,
if these hit at like $850, I mean, is it worth just getting a computer?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. If it's $800-900, you're better off just getting a computer. You can upgrade it as you want. You know, whereas with the console, you're stuck. You're stuck with what's underneath the hood. You know. I mean, if they come in like the 600 price point, like they did with the Xbox One originally. So was it $499, $599? I forget what it was.
I want to say 500, but it was around there.
Is 600 the price point though that you're saying it might be worth going down this? If you're a console guy and you don't want to get into PCs, is $600 the point where you say okay?
Yeah. I mean, if I was a console guy, I would drop $600 on this thing because I mean, you're getting, I mean, an 8-core PC with a 2060 basically. I mean, from what I'm seeing, for the most part,
so you're essentially just buying a startup PC, right?
A good startup PC.
Okay, and I think that's huge. If they're gonna brand this as a above average PC, right? That's just a console. It's a hidden console or a hidden PC as a console. That's huge, and that's a win. And I think that'd be really huge for console gamers, controller gamers, to be able to run at levels of a PC. Because that was a huge difference for me. Going to PC, everything was smooth. I would go back and play Fortnite on my PlayStation. I'd be like, this is trash.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even do anything right now.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool if, it had PC speeds and you're throwing all these big numbers at me and these words and these flops.
Especially the flops.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a number to me. I don't know what it means really.
Give me more flops. I'm a big flop guy.
Big flop guy.
Big flop guy over here. And no, I think it's cool. And we're going to learn a lot more. Information is going to keep coming out.
Yeah.
Give us that price. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know if one's waiting for the other one or whatnot, but give us that price.
One of them will leak eventually, I'm sure. And then the other one will come out.
That's going to be the big one. They haven't released the date yet, but just get ready. Pre-Christmas, whatever, get ready. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Give us the price. I wonder if they're going to wait like a really long time and be like, it's here next week at $599. That's what I think they're going to do. But I love leaking specs. It looks good. Love the flops. Keep the flops coming. And the backwards compatible gaming is huge for these as well. But I highly recommend everybody gets a PC. I wish I did it earlier. It's the wave.
Oh yeah.
I wish I did it earlier.
Or you can get 2 PCs instead of just one.
Yeah. Do 2 PCs.
Yes. Highly recommend.
Now, we had a couple new games come out this week as well. I've only watched a couple streams of these. The first one, I feel like this is what last week's guest, Reaper Pugs, was excited for. Doom Eternal came out. So anybody that's played all the Doom games in the past, they've been really excited to play it. The gameplay looks pretty sweet. I don't have an understanding of what the goal is.
Just running around and killing demons.
Yeah, they're just. I see a lot of demons getting shot, so it looks cool. Is it something I'm gonna play? Probably not. I haven't played Doom in a really, really long time, so it's not an avenue for me that I would like to maybe even go down. It's gonna be one of those games where I think I'm just gonna sit back and if one of my favorite streamers is playing it, I'll be like, this might be cool to jump in and watch this for a little change of pace. Mendy, PreFires, do you have any plans on playing this at all or no? We'll go PreFires first. Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, I played one on Steam, but it wasn't something I could regularly play. It's something I'll play once in a while here and there, but I don't know. It's not really too much my cup of tea, unfortunately.
So when Mendy goes pro in Doom Eternal, would you tune in and chat it up with him? Okay.
Absolutely.
So Mendy, you have to go pro in Doom Eternal, just so PreFires can just
run it.
Come, and just you and Speedy just dominating Doom Eternal. I think is the path. I think that's your Twitch path going forward.
I think so too. Thank you, Stav.
Now, a game that I think Mendy is perfect for, and PreFires, I sneakily think you're ready for this game too.
He's definitely ready for it.
Animal Crossing New Horizons. Okay.
Boom.
This is this a new game or was it like a Tarkov thing? And all of a sudden it was just boom, everybody's playing this. But this game, seriously, is it. Like this game gets it. And
it slaps.
I think it was Friday night, and I just go to Steam and I'm just like, Animal Crossings? How much is this game gonna be? Because for some reason I was just thinking, I was like, if people come into a claw party on Friday night and they see me ripping Animal Crossings, it would be like the biggest like switch up in the history of everything, right? Just like, oh, Stav, the hardcore pro Fortnite player, Apex player, Uno player, Rocket League player, is now going pro in Animal Crossings? Get out of here. But I actually watch people play this game, and it just looks so relaxing. And don't be surprised if you come to a claw party on Friday or Saturday and you see me ripping Animal Crossing, because breaking news, it's gonna happen.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Confirmed on the podcast.
PreFires, are you gonna get this game?
No. It's not my cup of tea, man.
Wow.
Mendy, are you gonna get this game?
How much is it?
I might buy it for you and just make you play it for at least 10 hours.
Isn't it on Switch only though? I think it's on Switch.
Don't do this to me.
I think.
Don't do this to
Isn't
me.
it a Nintendo thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Nintendo.
You just broke my heart. Now I need to buy a Switch, set that all up.
Okay.
See, I want to Switch just for Tetris, man. That's the only reason I want to Switch.
Mendy, you got a Switch, right?
I do. I don't really use it though.
Well, power that thing up, because
we're going live.
Yeah, because after this podcast, Mendy live playing Animal Crossings. Now, it just looks super cool and relaxing. I think it would be fun to do it. If it's not out on PC, then I might be in a tough spot. But we'll see what we can do. Okay. All right. So Mendy's going pro in it. PreFires is gonna think about going pro in it. No, I'm just kidding. He's out on Animal Crossing.
I'm out.
Okay, so this is our favorite time of the podcast. If there's anybody new that's listening right now, or if you're in Twitch chat and you're just coming by for the first time, this is Mendy's solo gig that we have here. It's Mendy's time to shine. He does a bunch of wicked sweet plugs, and we have our guests rate on 1 to 10 how the plugs went. Chat, you can get in as well if you're just kicking it out there. After the plugs are done, give a 1 to 10 score on how Mendy did in his solo. So, Mendy, the floor is yours.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this live, or if you're listening in on the podcast, we're currently live on our Twitch channel, which is Good Game Report. What we do here is that we record it live and then we send it out to YouTube. Pretty much anywhere you listen to your podcasts, Apple, Spotify. All you have to do is type in Good Game Report. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a like on our videos. Comment on it. We love the feedback. Make sure you join the Discord. All of our social media is Good Game Report. Just type in Good Game Report. And yeah, we do a podcast every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we do a game night Friday nights now. Either 7 or 8, whatever we feel like it, who knows. And then Wednesday, we do a raid night, also at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow us on Good Game Report. That's where you get all of our notifications. And thank you for listening and joining. And I love you guys. Shout out to my year.
All right, Pre, what do you think?
9,000.
Out of 1 million?
Yes. No,
Okay.
not 9 out of 10. You did pretty damn
You
close.
gave him a -3 in chat.
I know. I'm being a wise ass, man. It's me. I mean, come on. It's got to be me.
Mendy, this is your highest score
Definitely
so
good.
far.
I got a
Good plug,
7
man.
last time. I got.
You got a 7.
Damn.
But so to be fair, we have added a lot of things.
Yeah.
Well,
So
last time
this-
it was like a solid 5 minutes of me just ranting about all the stuff that we were doing. Well, maybe ranting's not a good
Mendy,
word.
I have
but
to ask, have you been practicing at all? Because this is kind of a thing.
It's been stuck in my head for a while. It's been stuck in my head ever since I heard 7. Because 7 is a 70. 7 is like a C minus. I shoot for A pluses. So a 9 out of 10, A minus. My mother will be happy with a grade like that. I'll be happy with a
Yes.
grade like that.
It's going on the fridge.
It's didn't I say that to you like one of the first podcasts that I was on?
It's going up on the fridge.
Yes, I do it all for, make my mom proud. So shout out to my moms. Shout out to all my years. Preach.
Mendy, that was beautiful. I'm gonna give it an 8.6. I thought
Oh
you did
wow.
great.
Wow. I'll take that.
No, that was a 9.4. You did a great job. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Nice.
Also, again, for everybody out there, rookie scores, if you're just going flat number, you have to go into the next points over. It's just-
9.87 to the third power out of 10. There we go.
now that's a pro score. That's a pro.
That's a
score.
pro score.
Yes.
That is a pro one. Mendy, great job. Fabulous.
You always throw me off with those. I feel like every time I'm ready for it, I never catch it.
You're doing good. You're getting better, and you're adapting to the stuff that we're throwing in there, and that's the best part. You're
Mm.
growing, and it's your talent is just really shining right now. So good
Wow.
job. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
And Pre, thank you for rating him. That was very nice of you
Yes.
to do it. So after I don't even know how to follow. Tough act to follow.
Yeah,
right
right.
there. We're gonna go into our general discussion 2 topic, and we want to get into a discussion on gaming organizations. I was gonna say gaming orgs, but in case you didn't know, gaming organizations. I mentioned earlier that 2 big tier orgs, 100 Thieves and Faze, recently built huge mansions as their content houses.
Big mansions.
And then they came out and they did VODs of the new houses. We haven't had a discussion on this yet, the 3 of us. We were kind of holding back to see what everybody's initial reaction was. So let's kind of do a quick breakdown of these houses real quick. We'll start with Mendy with the 100 Thieves house. What were your impressions with this? And just the
We're talking about the
approach-
Cash App thing, or the 100 Thieves Cash App, whatever it's called.
No, well that kind of we can link the 2. They have a house and the Cash App compound.
Mm.
The 2 videos. Let's talk about the videos. How you liked how they broke it down, their approach towards the videos for 100 Thieves, and then like you've talked about it before. If you don't mind saying it again, your overall thoughts of the process 100 Thieves is going in right now.
Yeah, I feel like they just understand it. Like they always have like a good amount of hype behind their videos, and I just love their logo. I feel like we say that every time we talk about 100
So good.
Thieves. But
Such a clean logo.
they just kind of get they know what they're doing. They know how to promote something. They know how to hype something up. So it's rare for me to go against something on 100 Thieves. So personally, I like the video. I thought the house was cool. I mean, it wasn't making me jump for joy or anything, but overall, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, and I mean, the 100 Thieves house, it's basic. It's a sweet house. It's a cool place for them to go chill and
Yeah.
kick it. I believe 4 people are living in it right now. It's Nade Shot, Ray, Courage, and Brooke.
Mhm.
But that's cool. It's a very small house. Those people can kind of connect and just have fun and game and do whatever they want. And then they also have the compound, which was sick. A place of business, I guess you would call it. Um, and then PreFire's. And what did you think of the stuff?
First, let me preface by saying, like, it's amazing they're doing this in this space here. Like
Yep.
that streaming and gaming has come to a point where they can have mansions to live in, to play video games in. Let me start by saying that. The 100 Thieves video is like very businessy. You know what I mean? Like it's mature. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It doesn't look like a frat house.
I came off. It was professional.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that's what I saw too. I see 4 professional streamers there. I mean, oh yeah, I see 4. I see 4 streamers there. But I mean, like, you're working in a Fortune 500 versus your basement.
Yep.
They're in a 500, Fortune 500 company. That's what I see when I look at their video. It's looks very professional.
They had fun while doing it. I think those were
Yes.
a good connection. They know how to brand a brand, if you want to say it, right? Like, hey, we're cool. We're kind of nerdy, but we're cool at the same
Yeah.
time. Which I get with even Nate Shot, who even comes off as cool, but kind of I don't want to say this because I love Nate Shot in a way, but kind of like hard at the same time. Well, Courage is just like goofy and funny,
Yeah.
and then Ray and Brooke also are just good players and they're fun. And that's what I get from watching that 100 Thieves video, is that these people are here to have fun, but they also know how to represent a brand. And I love the 100 Thieves thing. I love everything 100 Thieves is doing right now. It's just so sweet. On the flip side,
On the flip side,
on the flippity flip, this Faze video, I cringed. I watched the entire thing and was cringing.
Yeah.
It just that I think the first person that pops in, it's Banks, right? I think it's Faze Banks. He's he's the leader. Very, loud person, energetic, complete kind of opposite of what the 100 Thieves video. He's coming in, he's swearing. There's girls just everywhere in every room. He's just like really selling that this is a frat.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, we're bros. We're gonna bro out. We're gonna game.
Phase up.
Yeah.
And I like Faze, but it's just very clear that their approach is just to be the wild boys, right? They're here to party, have a good time, and kick ass in games while they're doing it. But their mindset is party, and that's how they're going to grow their brand. Well, 100 Thieves is to be the brand and promote a good brand. And that's what came off to me in this video. PreFires, did you see the same kind of thing?
Yeah. I think, again, let me preface with saying props to them for being able to do this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
It came off, as you said, you hit very frat house-ish. Like, it's very, I don't know. It's a party house. That's what I look at. It's a $30 million party house. But then, like, I'm old school. Like, I hear Faze, I hear 1v1 me, bro, or somebody just trick shotting. You know what I mean? So, like, do I expect anything less? No, I don't. It's what goes with the name. Again, big props to them for being able to pull a $30 million house. It's
I think what threw me off is the first person's place that they go into was Faze Jarvis, who I'm surprised is still even in the member because he can't play Fortnite anymore.
I think that was also the reason why they did that. Just so that kind of
but
like
they made a joke.
Son.
They made a joke about him not being able to play Fortnite anymore when he made a video crying saying he can't play Fortnite anymore. Your entire video of you apologizing, saying you're so sorry about it, just kind of went out the window to me when you're going to be mocking it in this. But that's Faze. That's Faze, right? And I understand it. And it just that's what threw me off a little bit.
It was just weird vibes. That whole video just felt like they were too old to kind of be like that. Like they've been in the game for that long and they still have that kind of behavior. To me, it just felt kind of fake. It was just really weird.
Yeah.
What do you think and stuff?
It just threw me off. And then I don't even know if Tfue is technically part of Faze anymore. I tend to believe he's not. But like it never like officially came out he off. I think he was like loaned to another organization or he's just by himself right now. But they even threw a jab in at him. You know, someone was editing Tfue clips or something like that. So like it's just it wasn't professional like the 100 Thieves one was. Would I go party there for a week? Sure. I'll go get some drinks in, play some games, whatever. Go to the gym that they have, jump in the pool. All good, bro. I'll go phase up for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll still face up.
But I think I would just get sick of that lifestyle,
Yeah.
you know, because it doesn't seem business related. And sure, you can do that when you're 18 to 23 or 24, but you know, they're going to start bringing new people in and you're going to get phased out. Sick play there.
You were waiting to say that.
I see what you did there.
Let's get some pogs in chat for that one. And then like, if you look back after you leave Faze, like, are you going to say, like, man, I didn't really do anything. I just partied and drank and played video games. And now I'm 24 on my own. What am I going to do here? Like, we're 100 Thieves on the other side. I'm like, these people have a plan every day. Every day they're going to get up. They're going to have fun, but they're going to stream, work on 100 Thieves, and just keep growing 100 Thieves. Like it's a business mindset versus a bro mindset. And it's just interesting to see two completely different mindsets of an organization. I thought that was very interesting and why I wanted to have this kind of conversation. So we did our reactions to the videos. It seems like we all kind of agreed 100 Thieves just came off a little bit better than the Faze stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe because we're old boomers or something like that. We don't like the Faze things. But I mean, they're both killing it. They're both doing a great job. And like you said, Pre, congrats for even being in a situation to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's huge for gaming, is that these organizations are capable of having content houses, having compounds where they can game and kind of just ball out. And it's all because of gaming, which is crazy to think, to think. So we're not trashing. It's just our opinions and reactions to the videos. Because I think they're both great organizations overall, and what they're doing for gaming is sweet. I think it's great. Now let's flip it to our kind of organizations here and how we would approach organizations. All right. Say, first of all, what do you think a goal of an organization be? And Pre, we'll start with you. Like, you're starting an organization, right? What's like your goal behind starting it? Do you want to go competitive? Do you want to be kind of content related? It seems like organizations are changing now than they were in the past. So I just kind of want to see what we would kind of all do as in regards to our organization.
It all depends on what space you're going after. I mean, if you're going after esports, you know, then you're going for the competitive aspect, you know, getting your esports teams under your belt, or, you know, if you want to make like a supporting community, you know, where you can rate, you know, it's made up of all different streamers, you know, you bring viewers over, so all hang out on each other's streams, you know, or just have a content creation org. I mean, it all depends on what direction you want to go with it. Yeah, it leads into my answer for later on, but yeah, that's
Mendy, what would your goal of an organization be?
I think I would want to hit everything. Like, I feel like 100 Thieves, maybe, yeah, let's go with 100 Thieves. They're huge content creators, and they also are pretty big on the esports. Not as big as maybe the other organizations, but they're also trying to get in it. But they don't really like have some sort of support community kind of thing going on, like helping each other out. It's just pretty much, this is what we are, this is what we do. If you like our stuff, come join us. It's not really like a feedback kind of thing or support others. It's just they do their own thing, and that's it. I feel like if I were to push hard on it, I would do everything, try to get involved in just as much as anything gaming as possible. because why not? I mean, obviously, realistically, that's going to be a huge challenge to do, but end game wise, I think that's the best play.
And end game wise, yes. To have your kind of, your hand in a little bit of each area,
Correct.
I think it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there though is insanely difficult.
Yeah, just doing one of those things.
So and 100 Thieves is a great example. So Nate Shot was a competitive player for a really long time.
Yeah.
So he was already an expert in that field, in that side of it. In 100 Thieves, they have their competitive teams across multiple games. They built a compound for all their freaking teams, right? They can go in there and they can train and be with each other. So Nate Shot, when he started 100 Thieves, had that side locked down already. He knew what he was doing. He's been in the game. He's coached teams. He's captained teams. He's played on teams. He's got that. What he's doing now is he locked that up and he's doing the content stuff on the side, right? He's working with Courage, Brooke, Ray. He's selling merch, dominating it. First thing I would do, bam, fire logo. Cleanest logo you can get. Someone looks at that and says, that logo is awesome. I want to wear that logo. I want to buy a shirt. I want an average person on the street say, that's a cool shirt. I don't even know what it is. I want to buy it. 100 Thieves nailed it. That 100 with the T, I don't think it gets better than that. Maybe my logo itself, the Stav, I think that, no. It's nowhere near close to what that 100 Thieves is. But they're doing it right. They're doing it right. They had a goal is to be the coolest, cleanest organization in gaming. And I think that's where they might not be there yet, but they're on their way of getting there. And I think they're doing a phenomenal job. Mendy, let's start with you on this one.
Mm-hmm.
What's a benefit of joining an organization?
I vaguely remember Jabroni, the coach from PUBG. I remember he said it helped them. Yeah, I remember he was saying that it helped him out a lot with social media. He was able to have the same username on all platforms, and he was also able to get the verified check on everything because he was associated with the team. So I think in that sense it's really good because obviously social media is a huge power play as far as branching out and getting a bigger community. So just kind of going off of that, I believe that is a huge benefit. And I would imagine, those views also come in through your streams as well. Whatever you're trying to do, you have a community and support behind it.
Pre, what do you think?
Talking about how it can be beneficial, you saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's a good benefit of joining an organization?
Just expand your outreach. If you have an organization's name behind you, not only do you have your community, you have every streamer's or every competitor's community potentially behind you. It's like a family tree. You got the organization here up top, and you have all your little streamers down below, and each streamer has their own little, communities, and they all intertwine together. It just expands the outreach. Let's say I'm part of an org and they have 400,000 Twitter followers and 1 million Instagram followers and 600,000 subs on YouTube. If I blast out a tweet and they're retweeting my stuff or whatever you call it on Instagram and all that fun stuff, it just expand my reach tenfold.
Yeah, it's kind of like the org is, the middle part of a tree, and then you're just kind of all branches.
Yep.
So you have all those people in the Discord group, all the people on Twitch, and they can kind of go into where they want, you're saying.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
For me, I would say the support, right?
Yeah.
If you have a question about a tech issue or something like that, an organization in the gaming industry, guess what? They're probably going to have tech people working with them as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And for me, not being very tech savvy,
big floppy guy,
big flop guy, even the GGR going in there, just having someone I can talk to about, how do I get this in Streamlabs? What kind of computer should I get? Was even just a basic question that even just, a small organization was able to help me in, and that was huge. So I think, the support that you get within an organization, whether it be 100 Thieves level, or even the GGR, kind of two different sides there, you're still going to get that support one way or the other, regardless how big or small the organization is. Yeah, I really like the benefits that it comes with, for sure. All right, now the big one. If you were, we're gonna skip that one that you guys are looking at, and we're gonna go. If you were starting an organization right now, PreFires will start with you. Would you go for competitive or content? Or supportive? You mentioned supportive earlier as being an avenue. And we can't take Mendy's answer of saying, all
everything.
Of them.
Yeah, no. I mean, right now, I would not go competitive. I just feel like there's too many out there. It's just like the too many fish in that sea. Like maybe later on down the road, but right now, supportive. I want to be able, like I said earlier, I want to be able to support my family. I want to build my family, get my family to grow. And if I get everyone supporting each other, I mean, we're gonna be one big tight-knit family. That's just the way I look at it. And I think that's how you gotta start. I mean, you got the 100, Nate Shot. I mean, he came in when esports was just starting out.
Yep.
I mean, not knowing esports would turn into what it is today. You know what I mean? So like, I'd say he had a lot of luck. Like just the way the society turned out. Will esports be here from 10 years from now? Probably, but it may not though. You know what I mean? So like, will support be here 10 years from now? Heck yeah, it will. So like you gotta look at longevity too.
I feel like
big support guy.
Yeah. I feel like as far as competitive going, I can't imagine it going away, but I can also see it like kind of staying into a very like hardcore teams. Like you don't really see like a whole lot of new teams popping up. It's pretty much gonna stay where it's at, I would imagine. I'm sure some teams will come and go. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But that was an interesting take on it. What do you think?
I don't think it'll go anywhere, but you never know. Like esports could just up and leave one day. It's you don't know.
So something new could come along.
Yeah,
and exactly. It might not be as big as as it is currently right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're looking at a long-term, plan. Whereas if you're going competitive, it might just be you're in it for 2 to 3 years and trying to get what you can, and then you're out.
Yeah.
But support, that's definitely the long haul. That's the correct answer for the long haul right there. Mendy, what avenue would you go down?
I'm gonna have to go support because I feel like that's what we do at Good Game Report. I feel like we're all, we're not like top tier, competitive players or, huge numbers on the streams, and we just kind of all help each other out, even if it's just hanging out in somebody else's stream. I think that is probably the most fulfilling way to go about it, and I can't imagine it stopping anytime soon. I mean, can you imagine going up to someone and be like, "Yeah, I don't need your help anymore," or like,
"Yeah, get out of here."
Yeah, like I'm a big floppy guy now. I don't need you anymore.
Right. Beat it.
So I see a longevity in that, and just a great thing to help others out. And it's awesome to know that if you get in trouble with something and you need help fixing whatever your situation is, you can kind of go somewhere and be like, "Hey guys, need some help with this," and then right then and there they'll help you out.
I would go content, and here's the only reason why.
I'm with a new take on
it. Have you ever watched like Mr. Beast videos?
Yeah, of course. They're all over the place.
Yes.
And like that dude is just comes up. It looks like he's an organization himself, right? He has his people that he lives with, and those people, are spending crazy amounts of money, but they're doing it in supportive ways, right? Which is really cool. Like he bought, I watched one recently where he bought an entire homeless shelter. They got to spend they get to pick whatever they want. He taped a huge circle that was like 15 by 15 and said, "Whatever you put inside this circle, I will pay for." And then he drops a check on them after, which is just so freaking sweet. Like they just do all these cool ideas. Like they go on an island for like 2 days or whatnot.
I saw that one meme.
And it's just like, it just looks like it's so much fun. And you know, it's also like they choose to spend their money very, very well and benefit towards the people. And I just think that's so cool. Like he goes on and just drops didn't he? I think he gave Courage like a year ago or 2 years ago, like $75,000 or something like that if he won the game in Fortnite. And
Yeah,
it's just like what?
something like that. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's so like I just think that avenue is wicked cool and just like
It
creating like the
kind of merges the two, the creative and support.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
just like if you take your content if you take your content organization and choose to do it correct, it's a way you can kind of click on that support as well. So I am answering with two things because I would be a supportive content group,
Mm.
Mhm.
but that's what I would go because I love watching that. I mean, the mob does it for 100 Thieves, right? And you know, it's just this group of young guys that are going around making crazy videos and
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's just pure content. Like I love the content creation aspect of Twitch and what streamers do to be content creators. I find and I love that part of Twitch. I love the content creators out there. Big shout out to all my content creators out there
Here.
for being there. Last question on this, Mendy. We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Pre. Are there too many orgs out there right now?
No, I would argue saying there's not enough. I would love to see more in the sense that, it's constantly growing. I don't I don't think there's too much, no. What do you I'm kind
Okay.
of curious what PreFires thinks.
Not enough real orgs. Like I'm talking
Ooh.
like legitimate orgs.
Okay.
Everywhere you look, somebody's an org. In 3 out of 5 times, it's some playing some game wishing to be a pro. You know, I'm not knocking that person because they have drive. You know what I mean? But like the word org is thrown around too loosely.
Okay.
You know, behind it, there's no real organization. Just somebody who threw up a hey, I'm a founder of such and such org on Twitter. You know, like it's thrown around too loosely. We need more actual LLC, registered organization companies. You know, like if they're gonna be treating it like a business, with winnings and paying their players, this and that, like we need more of those, like legitimate organizations. But yeah, there's too many quote unquote orgs running around that aren't legitimate. Just a bunch of people saying that they're organization and they're not.
That- that's such a great answer. It's
Yeah.
such a great answer because you know I even throw it around the GGR. Are we an org or are we just we're a community at this point with the intentions in the backing of an organization?
Hmm.
But that's the keyword. You have organization. You guys are organized. You know what I mean? It's a huge. You guys are an org. You know, you have a huge. I mean, cut you off, but like,
How dare you cut me off?
I know, right? You have a community going on, so you're organized. So in my opinion, you're an organization. You know, but like, you got little Johnny over here. Saying CEO of Little Johnny's org on Twitter. Like you have a million of those running around. And they're not real orgs. They're just somebody trying to pad a resume or give themselves clout.
If big clout guy here too.
I
love
would
clout.
I never would think PreFires would use the word clout.
Love
Hey,
what I would suggest for Little Johnny's organization out there, scratch that org and join a small community that has a system in place already.
Yeah.
Join something like the GGR. Join something that has 400 to 500 people already in it, and then you can learn. And then if you want to branch off in a year or
Yeah.
two, and you made relationships with people in that Discord, in that community, be like, hey, let's take a real run at doing our own actual organization. But just saying out, this is Little Johnny's org. I'm with you 100% because
Yeah.
it's not. It's just the title you give yourself. Like Mendy, the what is it, the Glurkers or whatever, like your Rocket League stuff.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are glurking. Yes.
Like it's a like that's their your organization for Rocket League, but not
I don't know about that.
big or Rocket League guy Glurkers out there.
Big floppy guy.
I
Floppy
think
guy.
I think you hit it on the head
Yeah.
right there. Agree. And he disagreed with Mendy, which made it even better. So
I mean, like 2 years ago, I may not have answered that way, but like when I was working for Bebo, they turned to esports, and literally like it went from a streaming app to a tournament app, a Fortnite tournament app, and literally out of 100 players, there was 99 orgs, and it's all solos.
Whoa.
Jeez.
I'm like, ugh, no, that's not how we do this, and just like being in that space for some time, I was able to see things, and see way it's going. And I don't know if you want to, it's just too many names running around. I don't know, but yeah, I'll stop babbling.
No, it's. I think you did a great job summarizing it, because you've seen a lot, you've experienced a lot,
Yeah.
so you've dealt with it a lot more than some other people's have, and I think your viewing on it is detailed, and I think you did a good job kind of expressing the state of organizations right now. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Mendy, come on, bro, get better. Yeah. All right, let's go to this is the wrapping up portion of the podcast of the show, and we're gonna get into our organization's questions of the week. And the first one comes over. Mendy, actually, none of these are for us. Nobody cares what we have to say. These are all towards PreFires, which they should be, by the way.
Yes.
Everybody knows everything about me, maybe too much. So the first one comes from Mildgenix, and he says, "What can we do to support the Wounded Warrior Project?"
You can go do anything from well, they have their own Discord, like I mentioned earlier, that they just started up. Where basically you'll see what they're streamers, and there's another channel where, hey, I'm going live with a charity stream right now for you guys for Wounded Warrior Project. Like you could tune into one of those streams as little as just hanging out in their streams, tweeting out, hey, so and so is doing a charity stream for Wounded Warrior Project. Get your butt in here, check them out. Donate, whatever capacity you can. Donate your time, donate. A couple bucks here and there. Usually, those couple bucks add up over time. The biggest thing is to support the streamers that are doing the charity streams for the Wounded Warrior Project. Because like I said, if the streamer's not on front page, a lot of games, there's a lot of people streaming. You know what I mean? So like, if you want to support that charity and you don't have any money, hang out, lurk in one of those streams, because that one viewer could bump them up 4 or 5 rows in the directory. Like you'd be surprised. And I always say this when I'm on front page. You just being in the channel is supporting enough. Like every penny, every dime, every minute, everything counts. Everything helps out. Everything will bring that streamer up further. It will bring more outreach, as I said before.
Yeah.
Outreach to more viewers, more potential, supporters of the charity, and brings awareness as well,
And there's multiple levels of support.
It's very broad, very wide. There's so many things you can do.
And if they do have a Twitch page, we'll get everything from you, and we'll link it into the podcast, and we'll have that on all the information going forward. So if you are listening and you want to do it, and you see the links that we send out, just click and stop by and say what's up. Check out PreFires. Check out some of the people that he works with. Ask him when you're in his stream. Are there any other people that I can go check on, because I'd love to hang out and just support the people in this area. Then the next question we have is it's from Fred's wife. I have to call her Brittany. I can't call her Fred's
Brittany.
wife. And she says, "How do you use streaming to?" Did I butcher this? How do you use streaming to assist in your work with the Wounded Warrior Project? So how does your streams benefit the Wounded Warrior Project?
Like, you can't see it in my camera now, but I've always got this on one of my computers. And when I do the charity streams, I'm always plugging them out there, all the time. And they affected me so much. Like, when I first got in the military, we were in a rough place. We were almost homeless. We were having a hard time with everything. They helped us with everything. They helped us with finances. They even helped me get a computer so I could take college classes. It's, always do what I can to help them back, to pay my debt to them, if that makes sense. So how do you use streaming? That's what I use. I use my streams through charity streams and awareness to pay my debt back to them. And this way, by doing that, I can help other warriors being other disabled veterans, who might be in a worse situation than I am. Because I've all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. I'm intact. I may not be all there upstairs, but they've helped me, and if they can help other people more, I've done my job. That's the way I look at it.
Dude, you're crushing it, and just being affiliated with them, first of all, because of how awesome of an organization they are, and you just supporting and them working with you is so cool to see. And honestly, I really do love it. I really do love it. It's one of I think is the best thing, along with just you overall and your personality, that working with the Wounded Warrior Project, it really is just icing on the cake right there, brother. And
that was really beautiful.
I wish you the best of luck, and I wish them the best of luck.
Yes.
And everybody, all the streamers out there, all the Wounded Warrior Project, just the best of luck. So I really do, man. I really do.
Thank you.
Well, so I won't start crying soon. Let's wrap this up. We got our plugs right now if you want to do that. So PreFires, if you have anything if you have any codes or anything, like I said, we'll drop all the links to the Wounded Warrior Project stuff in the descriptions for the show and the podcast. But if you have anything else you want to give a shout out to, now's the time, my dude.
Guys, I'm partnered with GamerSubs, so if you drop code PreFire on GamerSubs, you can help support me. Also, to streambeing.io is what I use to clip my streams. Mind if I drop the link in chat or
go for it.
Drop, yeah, you can drop in there, and we'll throw that in as well in the.
We'll put it in the descriptions.
Make sure you guys check them out. I mean, I can tell if you have an iPhone right now, it's in beta for what is it? I think it's Alexa. Yeah, it's in beta for Alexa. Say again? I'm sorry.
This is what you use when you clip your stuff, correct?
Yeah. I say, I don't want to say it because it's going to do it, but I say,
Alexa,
hey,
click the link.
I say, hey, AI. It's voice activated clipping, highlighting. You can change your chat to emote, sub only, follower only mode.
Oh, so it's like a mod essentially,
It's wild, yeah. And when I do it, it actually shows the replay on stream, the clip.
What?
And it's an actual Twitch clip. It simultaneously can be uploaded to your Discord, your Twitter, your Google Drive, OneDrive, all at the same time.
I noticed it pops into your Discord too when you do a clip. Yes. It saves it into your Discord as well.
Yep, and
it's really cool.
Tweet it out too. It's shout out to my homie iOS over there. He made it for him. He made it not for me, but he made the tool, and
nice.
It's phenomenal. I mean, it's.
That's a game changer. That's a game changer.
It absolutely is. Especially like BRs, like you said, or EFT, you're in the moment, like you get a nasty kill, but you got two other juicy boys around the corner, be like, hey, clip it, and it'll clip it for you. You don't have to worry about taking your hand off the mouse, hitting the button on your stream deck, or
dude, I get so many clips too. That would be such I lose track of all my clips because
it's such a pain in the butt too to go back into your VOD and like watch a whole 5-hour stream, and
5 hours. I'm 12 White Claws in. I'm not right.
And it can also be done by chat command as well. So like your mods could drop the command for ! Clip, and it'll do the same thing. It'll drop the actual clip. It'll drop the clip URL in your chat, Discord, Twitter. I mean, everywhere.
It's really cool. Definitely, I highly recommend anybody to look into it and check it out.
Mendy, set that up for me. Set that up for me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Any other plugs you got?
That's it, man. That's it.
All right. Well, in a less cool way, Mendy and I guess we'll do our plugs. Mendy, do you have any plugs out there?
As always, shout out to all my yours. Keep urine. And I'm wearing a beautiful t-shirt. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's wrong way. Mosey Gang for Deuce's Wild Bill. Big shout out to him. That's the homies right there. So definitely get yourself a Mosey Gang t-shirt. And
he also just let you know, he bought a woman's tank top first.
I have it. Hold on.
And so he messed up.
Oh yeah.
And then he just got it. I think it was yesterday.
So, for any lucky lady out there, I don't think this is official, but we're gonna make it official. Sorry, Deuces, if I was supposed to say this. He's gonna try to do a giveaway for a lucky lady to get this T-shirt. So, make sure you check the options for when you buy stuff, because you could buy a woman's tank top.
Big rip.
But shout out
Big
to Redbubble, I think the company is, because they said that I can hold on to the T-shirt, and they gave me a refund, so I can purchase a new T-shirt. So I got 2 T-shirts.
Nice.
So I can't complain. It worked out.
Nice.
That's a good one, man. That was a good one. Good job.
Yeah. I love you, Deuces.
we all love Deuces. Deuces is another mustache member of the podcast.
Yes.
My big pogs, it goes out to all my big preachers out there, kicking it in, supporting my channel. Big preach to all my big preachers. I also want to give a shout out to all the people behind the scenes at the Good Game Report. The stuff that the people don't see, just in the Discord, the kind of stuff that's going on in Slack, from video edits to Instagram posts, Twitter posts, everybody just kind of working together. And the team aspect to make sure that we're on the right track, we're all on the same page, and pushing to keep challenging ourselves and growing the Good Game Report. Because without that structure, without the organization, there's no way I think we're closing in on 600 people in the Discord. And the people on the outside see the end result, but they don't see the work that goes into it. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes that deserve credit, and I'm trying to give you any sort of credit right now. So big preach to the sneaky preachers behind the scenes at the GGR.
Big floppy guy.
Big floppy guy. PreFires, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
This was awesome. I'm sorry if we took up too much time, but whenever we just have really good conversations going, they just tend to break. We tried doing 50 minutes to an hour. Let's double that. All right. But seriously, thank you so much.
No problem, man.
Really a big fan of you and everything that you support and what you're doing out there. Keep it up. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I mean those words. So thank you very much. Mendy, I'll talk to you. Thank you, Mendy, for help putting the new graphics up there.
Yes. Shout out to AJ for helping me out and making all this cool stuff too.
Everybody who's listening, who came for the show and was talking in chat, all the new members coming over for PreFires.
Yes.
Thank you so much for kicking it and just kind of having a good time and talking in the chat. We love that part of this show now. It's so cool, and I just greatly appreciate everything. That's going to do it for this episode. Again, thank you. Mendy, thank you. All my preachers, jurors, everybody out there, thank you. Beard Gang, you love to see it.
Yes. Stay
love
safe.
you. I love you. Keep playing, baby. Keep playing.